Hey, man.
Hey, happy to be here, guys.
Have you ever heard of...
I just want to take a moment as we get into this episode just to really ground ourselves and to, do you know that tone that people get into where they're like, anyway, they just go, hey, I just really want to let you know that I'm here for you.
Yeah.
And, people are like, oh, you get uncomfortable when people are like supportive to you. No, I get uncomfortable when they're like performing support. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, hey.
Like I did to you the other
day.
day.
Shut up. I'm doing a bit. Sorry. Hey, be quiet. I'm doing a bit.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, if you're listening to this, I want you to know that we're just so thankful that you listen to our podcast. And, we couldn't do this without you. Every dollar counts.
Sow a seed. Have you heard of the Matsukawa? Have you heard of Matsukawa?
No.
Matsakawa. Here, let me.
You're going to say it again because I went, no. I tried to break the cycle.
Sorry. It's August 17th, 1949, 3:09 a.m. There. This guy did it.
I mean, just look at him. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I would like to present evidence number one. Look at him.
Look at him.
Just take a gander. Open your eyes and look at this man who is clearly a villain.
Things I learned last night.
The Tohoku mainline passenger train is traveling in the Fukushima province, this is Japan.
Fukushima, Arkansas.
They're in Fukushima, Arkansas. They're coming in on the Matsukawa
Well, it's
station.
pronounced Fukushima around here.
That would be, because that's how. Anyways, they're in unincorporated land, coming to the town of Matsukawa. And what
Stop.
What do you call it? Pilots?
Stop.
What do you? The conductors?
Tell me right now.
The conductors of.
Tell me right now. You're pushing through, Tim.
No,
you said at a specific time.
They are coming into the station. They're in unincorporated land. They're still a decent distance from the station, though. Like they're outside of town. What they don't know is that just around the next bend, some bolts have been removed from the track, and the track has been curved full feet off of the curve. And the train obviously comes to that section of rail, and at 3:09 a.m. derails and flies off of the tracks.
Oh, dang.
This was done by aliens.
I knew it was going there.
This is not an alien episode. This has literally nothing to do
Oh
with
my
aliens
gosh,
that
dog.
never was going
the
to.
second you go 3:09 a.m. middle of nowhere, I'm like, all right. But I guess we're going to talk about the mystery of why the track was curved. Is that what we're going to talk about?
Two of the engineers were killed instantly.
Yeah.
The third, I guess they call him the fireman. Not a firefighter, but they run the fire on the engine. He turned to another one of the crewmen. And he lived just long enough to say we've been sabotaged, and then he died, which is a pretty hard way to die, not gonna lie.
We've been sabotaged?
Yeah. And so he turns to him and says we've been sabotaged. Those were the only 3 deaths though. And remarkably, of the 421 people on board, nobody else was even injured.
That's crazy.
Which is pretty wild. I'm sure that there were some cosmetic,
of
I'm
course.
sure some people got
a
cuts
couple
and
of cuts and
bruises. Yeah, but nothing significant. Which is
That's what I
wild,
was
because
just
you
gonna
look
say.
at this is a severe
But I was
damage.
also going to say, look how intact the cars are.
Yeah, that is pretty phenomenal.
But also, they probably weren't going, they weren't.
Yeah, I mean, that it was just after they came around a bend. They're nearing a station, so surely they were.
Yeah, they
slowing
weren't
down a little
They
bit.
weren't full speed.
So immediately after this, 20 people were arrested for their alleged connection to the case.
Okay.
19 of them were Communist Labor Party members. One of them was a teenager who was not a communist. And so
Yet.
These people were put on trial.
This is 1949.
1949.
Post World War II. Japan's honestly trying to figure out what their system is, right?
Yes, yeah, I would say so. I'd say they're still
Not
kind
figure
of
out. They're kind of being told what their system is.
It's still very new for them.
Yeah.
They're only a few years into what the new world is going to be post-war. And so on December 6, 1950, the trial finally finds all 20 of these people guilty.
Which night did it? August of 1949.
August of 1949.
So a full year later, these people are all found guilty.
All 20 of them are found guilty. 5 of them received death sentences, and the rest were given life in prison.
Okay.
What is significant, though, is on August 8th, 1961, after a retrial, all 20 defendants were acquitted of their crimes. So that's a long time.
11 years?
Yeah.
Well, had the death penalties already happened?
Yeah. So what's interesting is there were 5 that received death sentences. Since then, 3 others had received death sentences in other subsequent retrials. Long story short, this ended up having 14 years of retrials. And it was until 1963 when the Japan Supreme Court finally upheld the decision in 61 to allow them to be acquitted and released. But 8 of them had received death sentences for their crimes that they did not commit.
But did they carry through the death sentence is what I'm saying?
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah. And so 12 of them got to walk free. The other ones were not.
Your biggest fear is being arrested for that. That's my biggest fear is being killed by the state.
Death sentenced for something you didn't
Just
do.
killed by the state in general, I think.
I guess it doesn't have to be an actual. I mean, I guess any killing is a death sentence.
Oh, actually, I mean, being killed at all, pretty big fear of mine. I would say top fear is death.
Dying.
Hey, yeah, dude. What if you're doing that when people are like, you're on a first date, and people are like, "What's your biggest fear?" And most people are just like clowns, spiders, and you just go for it. Just go for it.
Just go
Just
for
be
it.
like, being murdered by the state.
Being murdered by the state.
Yeah, probably being murdered by the state.
Yeah,
Actually,
probably.
I don't know. Death fear, kind of far down. Because there's other fears on top. There's a great fear that I have. There's an account.
Got a really good one.
There's an account on TikTok. I send it to you all the time.
Yeah.
You know exactly what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know exactly.
The account on TikTok where a husband has some kind of injury or accident and now he is a quadriplegic and he's like mentally
yes, I know this one.
not whatever kind of brain injury he had.
Yeah.
And so now he's in a chair and is not himself anymore. He has to be taken care of 24/7, but his wife has remarried. And he lives in the home with his children and her new husband, right? Right.
And the new husband's also.
And the
a
new
caretaker.
husband like feeds him. Honestly, guys, I'm going to tell you right now,
Can
put it on
you-
record. I don't want that.
Kill me.
I don't want that.
Same.
I do
actually.
not want that.
Put me on record too, because there is the part of you where it's like, what if he knows? Like, what if he's aware?
What if he knows and he just doesn't know how to, like that's
Like, and he just
my-
can't communicate.
I think
or
that's my
move or
biggest
do
fear.
anything?
Biggest fear is that I'm laying in a hospital bed, fully aware what's going on, and I'm unable to communicate. That's anyway.
that's a
Hey, that's
Hey.
hiding in your chest.
Welcome to the funny
let's
show.
Let's do
This
podcast
is the funny
bits.
show.
Let's do funny stuff.
We're funny.
Speaking of funny stuff, and speaking of retrials and things, speaking of stuff that went wrong. So Tim revealed to me this week that he was going through some footage from high school. And he found one. We were just kind of talking about high school, just like assignments that we used to do. I personally in high school, I did a presentation on the Temple of Artemis.
Yeah.
I did a presentation on Charlie Chaplin's life.
Yeah.
I did a presentation, love trains, big fan of trains. So I did a presentation on the railroad and how that was built across the entire West. And Tim did a presentation in high school.
Well, here
set it up for us.
Let me set this up. So you know how sometimes like you're trying to remember something, so you scroll back through Facebook, like all the old. This is probably a strictly millennial thing to do, but you just scroll through Facebook photos and tags to be like, okay, where's that one thing that happened that I'm trying to remember? And then I saw this video, and I was like, oh, I forgot about this. And I told you a story that I now remember the true story. What actually happened was this was a friend's assignment, and she was like, hey, I need somebody to come help me for this assignment. And which is why I couldn't remember what class it was for.
Okay, because it wasn't for you. It wasn't your.
It wasn't my class.
Okay,
and so I just volunteered to assist with this, and so we have the video of what happened here.
So tell what the assignment was first.
The assignment was for a government class, and the assignment was to pick a world event and to create the newscast for recreate the newscast for the world event. And
So government class, Alex, just think real quick. What are some newscasts off the top of your head for events that you would choose to do? You know, like, and let's even single it down. Let's narrow this down to where you can't get this right, because let's narrow it down even further. Maybe it's not just world events. It's any time in history. The news didn't have to exist then, right? Let's narrow it down to events that change the trajectory of presidential terms. So like while you're in office, this happens, changes the trajectory. Would you maybe go 9/11? Changes the trajectory of George W. Bush? Would you maybe go dropping the atomic bomb? Changes the trajectory and the legacy of Truman? Would you maybe go Pearl Harbor? You know, would you maybe go the Great Depression? Maybe go, and then see what these students at this Lutheran school chose as their major event.
all right, here we go.
This is due to an affair he had with Monica Lewinsky. Here's the footage of his resignation speech.
My fellow citizens, tonight is my last opportunity to speak to you from the Oval Office as your president. Note, I am profoundly grateful to you for twice giving Monica!
Hey, Bill.
Pause.
Hey, why are you here?
Why shouldn't I be here?
Pause. First of all, I have not seen this. I'm seeing it for the first time. This is you as Bill Clinton. And then you go, Monica! Monica! And she's in this is for sure 2010, because she's in a 2010 homecoming dress. And you're doing, okay, keep playing. We got so much time left in this video.
Back it up a touch.
Monica!
Hey, Bill.
Hey, why are you here?
Why shouldn't I be here?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Ladies, let's not fight right now. Monica, you need to get out of here. I'll call you later.
Fine. See you tonight.
Bye, babe. I mean...
Pause.
So who was that?
No one.
So I'm at a loss for words. This is Hillary behind you, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And this is Patrick's dad's office, right? Like this is just a friend's dad's office.
Yeah, and that's actually a friend's dad's coat that I'm wearing. I didn't even bring one.
So the adults involved in this as well, that were like, yeah, you can use my office. Here, you can use my coat. What are you guys doing?
Told them for school.
You guys are gonna recreate the moment that Bill Clinton got caught with Monica Lewinsky for the newscast for your class. Oh, you have an assignment from school to recreate the moment that Bill Clinton got caught with Monica Lewinsky? Sure, use my office for that. Here's a jacket.
It's a school project.
How is there a whole, keep going.
Bill, who is that?
No one. The honor to serve to work.
Who was that?
No, you don't need to worry about that. It's just a friend. For
Do your friends usually sit on your table?
it wasn't my friend, it was my sister. And with you,
Tim.
So your sister.
What? Pause. You don't have to keep moving your mouse off the thing. It wasn't my friend, it was my sister. Bill Clinton's excuse was, she's my sister? Is that historical?
No, not at all. This is ad lib now. I think it's important.
It wasn't my
important-
friend, it was my sister.
It's important to note the difference from the first half of this video to the back half, because the first half was scripted, and the back half became ad lib. And I think my delivery was much better in the ad lib.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah. Your Bill Clinton impression really got spot on. Okay, let's watch the last.
So your sister sits on the table.
no, my aunt. Prepare our nation for the 21st century. Could we Cut, please. My fellow Americans, I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
That's how it ends.
Go back to the beginning. We're not done with the video. Don't X out of this. Go back to the very beginning, not of your part, of the newscast. I don't think there's any reason for these girls to have facial hair in the newscast.
It was the news.
Oh, yeah. And the news at the
news
time
had
was all
mustaches.
dudes.
Yeah.
Because she gave herself a soul patch, the Christmas tree in the background. And then the girl in the center is whose assignment it was, I guess, because she's also playing Hillary, right?
I don't remember whose assignment it was.
Okay.
It might have been all three of them.
So I'm at a loss for words. So
Yeah.
This is a world where Lutheran high school kids,
Yeah.
again, Alex could have chosen, the Civil War. Could have done Lincoln. Could have done Lincoln's assassination. Could have done so many options. And these kids were like, yeah, a historical event that happened in government officials was when Bill Clinton got caught. And we need to recreate this. I cannot believe, and this is on the internet.
And the three of them, what my favorite part about this is the three of them were like, who would be our Bill? And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. 100%. Yeah, I'll come be Bill. Because I wasn't even in the class. They were just like, we just need someone who would be willing to be Bill for this.
Also, I think that girl just wanted to wear that dress for that video.
Yeah, could be.
yeah. And then whoever's mom posted that video on Facebook.
Yeah, here's what's crazy is none of their last names, I'm not going to say last names, but none of their last names are the last name of this mom. And I'm like, who posted this? Because this was in my tagged videos. And so I'm like,
okay.
I don't, maybe it's like a stepmom, but I don't think any of them had a stepmom. I don't know.
That was my aunt. It's my sister.
It's not a friend, it was my sister.
I can't believe on this podcast we have to show you pretending to be Bill Clinton in high school. Oh.
I don't know how we pivot back into this story.
So, sorry, that was just a tangent that he showed us this and we were like, all right, let's play that on the pod. I was like, you know what? I watched 2 seconds of it and I was like, no, let's watch this on the podcast. And now I'm left to process it. I'm sorry that we're doing this live. Okay, so this is another pivotal event that happened.
Yeah, this might have been a better one to cover. Okay, would it be
So
weird?
how did we go from 20 people are guilty to 14 years later, actually they're all innocent, but we killed 8 of them already?
Yeah, we actually need to go back to the beginning of this whole period, like right after the war. Because after the war, there was a guy by the name of General, let me get his name, General Douglas MacArthur. And here he is.
Yes. Yeah.
The coolest guy ever.
Okay.
You can't say that's not the coolest guy ever. That's a homemade pipe for sure.
Okay, I think that you knowing more about Douglas MacArthur, I don't think you should be like,
Oh no, yeah, this guy's great.
yeah.
This guy is great.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of somebody else. MacArthur didn't he free the Philippines?
I don't know about that. I mean, what he does in this story is great. He's the hero.
So he's got a corn cob pipe and a button nose.
Yeah, describe the picture.
And 2 eyes made out of coal. No, it's just a 40s. This is a colorized picture, I'm sure.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, of he's just a general in the 40s with his corn cob pipe, which is pretty sick, to be honest.
It is. This is a great photo. I wish. Honestly,
Okay,
let's
Tim,
go.
I gotta go soon. You can't spend 5 minutes on how much you love his hairy arms. Let's keep it moving.
Sorry about that. Okay, so he gets tasked with you need to restore Japan. That's his job. And so his belief is what we need to do is we need to bring democracy to Japan. And so
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So he facilitates a world where, he removes all of the people that were part of the Japanese government during the, what are you doing? Are you texting?
I'm trying to find out if this is the same person that I'm thinking of.
I think you're thinking of a different MacArthur. I think his name is John. I think John MacArthur is who you're thinking of. General at the same time frame who was less great. I think his name was John. But he goes to all the Japanese officials, generals, politicians, top-ranking military officials that aren't generals.
Yeah.
Is this what you're thinking
this is what I'm thinking of. Yeah, he oversaw the reconstruction of the Philippines.
Okay, yeah. Which checks out, given what he did in Japan. And so he goes to the high-ranking military officials during the who were high-ranking during World War II.
Sure.
Labels them Class A war criminals, arrests them all, and then installs his own democratic government. And then kind of sets democracy on its course. And his big thing was he really believed that if you allow all of the possibilities of ideologies to exist next to each other, the best one would rise to the top, and the people would elect the best. And he set up labor unions. He set up all this stuff like really similar to this era of the United States he was mimicking in Japan. He shut down. There was name doesn't matter. There was this corporation that was a monopoly. They controlled.
Sunny D. A lot of people don't know this. Sunny D had a really negative impact on Japan post World War II. Hey, join us on Patreon if you want this to be ad-free. And also, there's a bunch of other perks. You get to, all episodes are ad-free. You get next week's episode right now. And you get to do monthly hangouts with me and Tim. It's like a virtual just hangout room. And we play games together. We talk. We have show and tell sometimes. We've made a lot of good friends through this. And so it's a really good time to do that. So either way, please share the episode. Tell somebody about it. These are all those ways to help us grow the show because we love doing it and we want to keep doing it. So thanks for being here.
They're called the Zaibatsu. The Zaibatsu was this monopoly that controlled literally everything in the country. And they weren't just like a corporate monopoly like we think of monopolies. They were like a cartel. Like they killed people who disagreed with them and got in the way of their corporate profits. And so it's kind of like if Tesla just started killing people. This was the Zaibatsu.
Don't prophetically put that out there.
Oh, sorry. It was kind of like if Bleep started killing people.
Be like if Bleep started bleeping people. Gotta do that for the algorithm.
Yeah, we gotta save ourselves. So, so he shut down the Zaibatsu, took all their like tentacles that were different entities.
Yeah, broke them up into
business, like trust busted them essentially. And
trust busters.
And this worked pretty well.
Hey, if I ever run, that's what I'm using my campaign.
Trust
busters.
Goes pretty hard.
Yeah, dude.
It goes pretty hard. I like that.
It goes pretty hard. It's just me with a backpack vacuum being like, oligarchs, trillionaires. You know?
That's pretty sick, actually. Yeah, it's Bezos getting sucked into the vacuum.
Yeah. And his true form is revealed. Shrivels back into the small little dude that he is. Crazy. He looks like you were in high school.
Have you seen this most recent video of Zuckerberg doing wrestling? I don't know, some UFC fighter.
Sure.
It is so obvious in this fight that the UFC fighter, it looks like he's fighting a toddler.
Yeah.
Like that's what it looks like.
Yeah, he's letting him win.
It is the funniest thing I've ever seen because there's nothing behind these punches he's throwing. It's literally like this speed, and the guy's like taking them like this. He's like, oh. It is absurd. Absurd.
I mean, I think this is what I keep saying. You know, this is not a crash out. Don't worry. I'm saying that everything that I grew up with people being like, you can't let the government get too big or they're going to do this kind of stuff. And we're going to have these tyrants and all this stuff. It's like, dude, you guys love it when the corporations do it though, is because like they're straight up doing the emperor's stuff where Zuckerberg's like, I am really good at this. And they're doing the Putin riding a bear photos.
Yeah.
You know, shirtless on a horse in a river.
Yep.
And you're just like, what are we talking about?
Yep.
It's crazy.
Crazy times.
But because they're corporations, it's good.
Doesn't count.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, the government's going to make a surveillance state. We got to watch out for that. No, they're not. Facebook did it. It's Ring doorbell camera footage that the police can subpoena. Then now your entire neighborhood is covered with accessible cameras.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, but the companies did it, so that's fine.
Yeah, because it's corporate.
That's crazy.
Because it bolster profits.
You know what I got to say to that? Monica. Same kind of surprise. Zuckerberg. That's why I'm not afraid. I've seen that guy fight. You know what, Mark? Come punch me. Let's see what happens. You're already punching me by not delivering my Instagram content to the people who follow me.
Punch me for real.
Punch me in real life, Mark. Please, I want it. I want you to punch me so bad.
I don't like the angle this is
Hey,
taking. I don't like this turn.
I want you to punch me so
Please
bad.
stop.
I really can't even continue on unless you punch me in the mouth right now. I want you to hit me. I want you to hit me so soft.
Okay, so meanwhile,
Do you think when Mark Zuckerberg goes to kiss his wife, he's like, "Zucker up," instead of "Pucker up"? Do you think that happens? Zucker up. He seems like he kisses his kids on the lips.
yeah, he probably does. He probably does.
Have you kissed your kid on the lips?
No,
I did.
He's well,
Welcome to the world, Archer. That might be why I'm not allowed at your house anymore.
it is uncomfortable because like you'll be burping him, and then he doesn't know what he's doing with his face, and so he'll just turn and just like latch onto your ear and just like. And you're like, get out of here. It is so uncomfortable.
And then like when he's 15,
he does the same
you're
thing.
going to be like, you used to nibble on my ear. Get over here. Get over. You're going. All right. So Douglas MacArthur's is repairing this side of the world.
Yeah. But meanwhile, his number two, this guy by the name of General Charles Willoughby, he is serving alongside of him, helping restore democracy.
Right.
But he's also tasked with setting up this secret intelligence unit called the G2. And for his role, what he's doing is he's setting up a spy network to make sure
Within Japan
to make sure everything is working the way they want it to work.
Yeah.
And it's part of that. He says, the best way to spy on people is to
The
get
DARE program. The DARE program was an initiative to put police officers in schools. It was never about getting kids off of drugs or drug prevention. It was just about putting police officers into high schools so they could spy on kids and arrest kids early.
close. So he said the best way to spy on people is to get corrupt people to do it. So
True.
behind
True.
General MacArthur's back, he goes to one of the top Class A war criminals that MacArthur prosecuted and makes a deal and says, hey, I happen to know that you were out here, war criming, and you didn't have very good morals. He said, you took $100 million in gold from China. He did that. And
True.
and he said, what do you say? You spy on your own people. And the guy was like, what's in it for me? He's like, I'll get you out of prison. And he was like, deal. And so he brings one of those war criminals out of prison, starts paying him to spy on his own people.
Okay.
So this guy starts infiltrating Japan. And then this becomes this network of him slowly but surely releasing different war criminals to become spies in this G2 organization. While this is all happening,
And Douglas MacArthur knows this is happening?
he does not know this is happening.
He knows that spies are... he doesn't
He
know
knows
that war
G2
criminals.
is there. Yeah, he knows G2 is there, but he believes they're functioning similar to the CIA. Like they're above board.
Got it.
They're American agents that are spying on the Japanese.
Sure.
And there is a subordinate in the G2, a guy by the name of Charles Ryder, who is very opposed to what's happening in this country. Because what he
I
notices...
think I heard a theory recently that a lot of modern spies actually don't know that they're spies. That the way they do it now is not sending someone in and being like, you're going to get this information. They're just getting them a job at this place and then
asking them questions
and
later.
getting updates about their job.
Huh. That's interesting.
And so it's like this person has no idea they're a spy.
It's a lot easier. I
That's
guess.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, like I mean, I guess not easier, but it's like easier to make sure that person doesn't get killed.
And I mean, yeah,
that they don't blow their cover.
and that's what I'm saying. Is like the person's not sitting there being like, I'm undercover, you know?
Yeah,
Interesting.
that is really interesting, actually. And I mean, if they do,
Careful
like,
who you give information to, you know, guys.
yeah, if they do get picked up by the enemy can't be like, tell us what you know, because they know nothing. They're like, I don't know, I'm just an accountant, man. I'm just here doing the numbers. Okay, so there's this other guy, Charles Ryder, and in 48,
I'm just doing the numbers.
in 1948, he's watched this democracy experiment play out for a couple years now.
Uh-huh.
And what he's noticed is MacArthur's ideal is no matter what happens, if we let everybody do their own thing,
Right.
let them all work together, the best is going to rise to the top. And what Ryder is seeing is it appears like communism is growing in force. Because what happened is there was a little bit of the economy had this initial spike after the war, but then it kind of leveled out. The labor union started growing in power, and there started to be like an economic upheaval. And there was one specific event where they called it the decapitation, which is super hard. They had the Japanese word for it, but it translates to the decapitation, where hundreds of thousands of people got laid off overnight because the economy dropped. And this made the Communism Party like kind of swell, where a lot of people were looking for something after losing their job. And they found communism. And so Ryder is seeing this happen, and he thinks that this is a threat to the world. And he thinks that democracy takes a back seat to beating communism. And so if we have to take democracy away from these people to destroy this communism that's uprising, we need to do that.
Interesting.
So he writes a famous letter called the Ryder Letter, pops it off to Washington. MacArthur has no idea that this happens. And he basically says this is an issue of national security. MacArthur can't be in charge anymore. He's allowing communism to rise up here.
He's trying to pull a coup on MacArthur.
Yes. And so he pops off this letter to Washington, and Washington's like, oh, we didn't know that communism was on the rise in Japan. And so they send an official to Japan to basically like fire MacArthur and be like, what are you doing? Like the communism is on the rise here.
The communism.
The communism is on the rise here. And so they didn't fire him, but they did tell him like, hey, this democracy thing that you're doing, like letting them kind of do their own stuff, you can't do it anymore. You've got to take back control. You've got to make sure communism doesn't succeed here. And what's very interesting,
you know, okay. It's interesting how, okay, I got a lot of thoughts, but we're not crashing out on this podcast ever again. So we'll do that in the After the Fiddle. So yeah, so he goes, hey, democracy's fine as long as it goes the way we want it to go.
Yeah.
Which is, okay.
Yeah, exactly. And so then things seem
Sounds
to
familiar
change
to me.
pretty
People are
hard.
like, we like democracy unless it goes that way. And you're like, well, okay.
Yeah, very accurate. And so almost instantly after this happens, the letter gets sent off. This official comes and reads the riot act to General MacArthur. MacArthur is told he has to change ways. Democracy starts to kind of swell down. And over the course of the next year, the war criminals that were all arrested were acquitted of their crimes, released from prison. Communist leaders that had risen to power through democratic means were then taken and imprisoned. And the war criminals were placed back in power and became leaders of the government in this new version of Japan.
What year was that again?
49. And so in 49, in July of 49, there is a president of let me see. The president of the National Railway Authority seemed to be sympathizing a little bit with the labor unions.
Okay.
And on July 5th, 1949, he was found scattered around railroad tracks in Tokyo. And they said that the official ruling...
What a brutal way to say that, too.
The official ruling is that he walked out there on his own volition and took his own life by standing on laying down on the railroad tracks.
Okay.
But an autopsy revealed that he was probably dead before he even arrived to the railroad tracks.
Yeah.
And that crime was never solved. And shortly after that, there was a derailment that killed a handful of people, and then another derailment that killed a handful of people, and then this derailment that I started this episode talking about.
Right.
And what happened immediately is these 20 communists were round up. And the way they were found is they were people who were members
But why would the fire guys say we were sabotaged?
Well, it's because the track was moved. And so the track
but it wasn't like they were doing something. It wasn't like the train was full of people who were like pro-democracy or whatever, and they were sabotaged. Like,
I mean, yeah, we don't know much about the people on the train.
the train itself wasn't targeted. It was just that, like, it wasn't like that train was targeted.
Yeah, it was just, we were just trying to cause some damage.
Got it.
Yeah. And so pretty quickly, a handful of people who worked for the railroad were arrested. And the storyline here was they found some tools in a nearby rice paddy that could have been used on the job. And then at the nearby rail station, there was a shed that had been broken into. But what is interesting is the storyline is they arrested these people because they worked for the railroad. So why did they have to break in to the shed to get the tools? Also, the tools that were found in the rice paddy were not the right tools to do the job. They were just tools. You needed larger, like,
just a hammer and a screwdriver.
There's a stapler in the rice paddy, so we think that's what they used to do this.
Oh, yeah, Tim. Most common tools: hammer, screwdriver, stapler.
I'm trying to think of, like, what's the
big man over here works a lot with tools.
What is the least likely tool to sabotage a railroad?
A Dixon Ticonderoga No. 2 pencil. Office supplies.
No.
We don't even have a stapler in here.
Not a stapler, like a stapler. Not a stapler, a stapler.
Alex knows too. Do you mean a staple gun?
Yes, exactly.
But what you said was
not a
stapler.
Not a stapler, a stapler.
Staple gun. Different things.
Stapler.
You keep calling it a stapler. Staple gun.
Okay, whatever.
That'd be like the difference between a hammer and a hammerhead.
So they found a handful of people who just happened
the way you just talk sounds like we made an audio cut. We did not. The way you talk sounds like we made a hard cut and then you just went back in. I want you to know
this is the same moment.
Tim's just embarrassed that he said stapler instead of staple gun, and now he's trying to get out
of it.
Whatever,
man. So stapler.
Nail gun.
So they arrest these communists that work for the railroad.
I gotta get out of here.
That are connected to the labor union. That are connected to the labor union.
So they arrest these 20 people.
Yeah. What's interesting is they don't arrest 20. They arrest a handful of people who were connected to the labor union with ties to the Communist Party.
So do you think
the rising Communist Party?
They did
sorry. This is really interesting. Then they find a kid who happened to be in the area, a teenager who happened to be in the area. And the police told him, hey, the communists told us you did this. And so you should get back at them.
The commies told us you did this.
Yeah. And so they said, but you should get back at them by telling us the rest of the people who were involved. And so this kid just gave them some names and under coercion confessed to being a part of it. Because he was a child. And so they arrest this teenager and a bunch of these other communists that they connected to it. And obviously, we know what happens next. They go into trial.
The communists told us you did it.
Yeah.
Goes pretty hard. I don't know. It's the stuff that you've been saying.
So
the commies said you did this. I have no idea.
I like.
Give us a name.
I
don't know anyone. Give us a name. One name. I don't know anyone. Give us one name. Monica. It was a build-up. It was a good bit.
I like more that they were like, you should get back at them.
You should get back at them. Yeah, you know what would really put them in their place?
Is if you put them to prison unlawfully.
Tell us about them.
You convicted people.
Do you know any commies?
Yeah, tell us all the commies you know. Lenin?
I guess.
That's the only one I can think of. Yeah, so they go on trial.
Lenin, who's going to be there 20 years from now.
Hey, if you love the show, a great way to show support is by getting some merch. We got lots of great stuff. I'm going to showcase some of it right now. This is like our little TILLN QVC. You can get it's a podcast sweatshirt. Very sweet. The nice thing about this is no one knows what podcast you're talking about. So you wear it in public and you can tell them about your Lord and Savior, TILLN podcast. We also got this is one of my favorite things we've ever made. The Fiddle Off Fest hoodie. It's got the devil playing a fiddle. It's not really the devil, it's a skeleton. And then all of the bands on the back of it, like it's a festival, but spoiler alert, these aren't bands, these are jokes from episodes. So worth checking out. And this is one of my favorite things we've ever done. This is for the real fans. This is an old one. We've got a Tim Stone's Get Well Quick Trick shirt, and it's very cool. We got some really good designs. Darren is good at designing stuff, so support his dream. No one will hire him as a designer, but you can by buying his merch. It's our merch, but it's his designs. And so leave a comment, say, Jared, you're good at this. We like your art. He really needs it. He needs your support so bad. Please make him feel better about it. And buy some merch. It helps make this show keep happening. You can tell people about how much you love this show with it. So
I was even trying. I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait out there.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, you're gonna do a 2-minute merch ad.
It wasn't a 2-minute merch ad.
Oh, Jaren's a good designer.
Jaren's a good.
Go give him a high five. Like, dude,
make him feel good about his art.
And then you're gonna make him listen to 2 minutes of ads. We gotta do all that, and then it's gonna be like, back to school this fall. Like, no wonder we will hate.
They're skippable ads.
They're not skippable.
They are skippable. Yeah, YouTube Premium. Leave all this in that ad. So they
Yeah. No, try to move on. It's okay. Lennon?
So
from the 60s?
So they go
from the future?
Yeah, well, he was alive. He might have known him. He might have known young Lennon.
Might have known him.
It's like young Sheldon. Like like what was he like back then? Have you ever watched this and thought, what was he like
that young Sheldon got like 11 seasons? How many seasons?
That's crazy.
How many
seasons? Really is like 11 seasons. I think it got more than Big Bang Theory got. Which is crazy.
I was at a gig, and the guy was driving me to the thing, and he tells me that his daughter has a YouTube channel. His daughter runs a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
That is like a young Sheldon's fans YouTube channel. And he said that, and I went, and he wasn't joking.
Oh my gosh.
But she got like 2 million views on these videos that are just compilations of young Sheldon episodes.
They're not even like commentary. It's just compilations.
No. She doesn't have a setup in her room where she's like setting up and being
talking about it.
Like, hey guys, this week's episode was this. No, she's just doing compilations.
That's crazy.
So, young Sheldon fans exist.
That is crazy. Okay.
And maybe you're listening to this and you're like, wait, I'm a young Sheldon fan. No, you're not. No, you're not.
You shouldn't be.
You're a communist.
Don't you want to get
We're gonna
back
find
at
you.
them?
Oh, I want to get back at the commies. Anybody who watches young Sheldon. Communist. I turned you into the police. Bazinga.
So they put them on trial, and the trial, there was no real evidence. Pretty much immediately
There's
in the
a
trial
spin-off show.
of Young Sheldon?
Yes.
What's that?
I think so it's a spin-off of the spin-off at this point.
That's crazy.
Let's see. Young Sheldon spin-off. Yes, because it's George and Mandy, which is Osmond.
That's from that?
Yeah, they're characters in...
I always want to call that Billy and Mandy, which is very different.
It's Emily Osmond is in this thing.
Yeah.
And it's a...
is it his parents?
Is that who that is?
I don't know. I know it's like Georgie and Mandy's first marriage is what it's called, isn't it?
George and Mandy's first marriage.
Yeah, because they run those ads all the time during
Do you
football.
know the characters?
No, I don't know anything about it. I didn't know it was a spinoff of...
It's got renewed for a second season.
Yeah. I know...
And this is what I'm saying, dude. I have so many more creative ideas that we could turn into shows. And you guys are like, what if we did George and Mandy's first marriage?
I mean, it is one of the problems with the society we live in, because at the end of the day, like, what matters is not like we're creating something that's actually going to be
So
good.
20 people got a rent.
I hate you so much.
You're trying to get into your social commentary? No, go ahead. Finish it. Go ahead.
Oh, all I'm saying is like, it's not about like, can we create something that's actually good? It's can we create something that's going to generate revenue? And Big Bang was
True.
a smash hit. And so even if you get a fraction of the people who are fans of that to be fans of Young Sheldon, you've got a show that is profitable.
But that's
and then
what
the same thing with this is like, you can kind of extrapolate that down and just squeeze that lemon for all.
But that's what I'm saying too, is that's what I was saying about Traders, is like, you know, I watched the season 1 and it's half people who are new to reality TV and then half people who are like on The Bachelor and Big Brother and Survivor and like, you know, reality TV celebrities. But season 2 and 3 was just celebrities, you know, and they use the word celebrities pretty freely, but like, but you know what I'm saying? Like, where it's like, so, and even like this season of Amazing Race was just people who have been on Big Brother or Survivor before.
Yeah.
And it's stuff like that where it's like the entry level to these things is gone because no one watches the entry level anymore. So now you're just recycling the audience over and over and being like, well, you liked them. You like them over here. You want to watch this show because you like them because you liked them.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where there's nobody is planning for 5 years from now anymore. They're literally just trying to ride this out and survive.
Mm-hmm.
And no one apart from HBO or Netflix is doing new ideas right now.
And I think it's because no business, I mean, I guess Hollywood's a little different right now. Hollywood is playing a different game because they're not operating like this. But when you look at the rest of the business world, like everyone's just playing for an exit. They're not playing for like a long.
Yeah, I mean, every
business.
CEO is just trying to ramp up the stock price to get their exit.
Yeah,
they don't. They're no
whatever
one's,
happens after.
No one's trying to have a business that is successful 30 years from now. They're trying to have a stock that's successful next quarter.
Yeah,
and that's not a sustainable way to run stuff.
Yeah,
and like, you know, and I mean, we know that from when we tried to pivot to YouTube heavy. Yeah, that's not sustainable.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's just not. What is sustainable is the growth that we've done and supporting us on Patreon. So if you support us on Patreon, you get next week's episode for free. You know, not for free, but you get next week's episode ad-free.
Yeah.
And you just join the Discord where we hang out. So that's sustainable growth.
Yeah, and I'm excited to announce our next podcast, Jaren and Tim's First Marriage.
It's a spinoff. We're actually going to do a spinoff show where Alex gives all the behind the scenes details, but he does it from that desk over there. So you get the camera footage, and we cut. There's 3 cameras that just cut to empty seats. As Alex is over there going,
talking about stuff.
Yeah, so this is what happens, and they do this sometimes, and
they all complain about their wives.
That's kind of it.
And I don't.
We don't complain about our wives. What are you talking about?
So
we did come in today. Apparently my wife posted on her close friend story last night and excluded me from it.
Okay, I know, Reagan, you're listening to this while you're quality controlling with Jared, and I have to cover my back. I watched that close story, and I was like, oh, I need to make sure I don't tell Jared.
And then I
saw that.
I said, dude, did I send you the picture of this light that our landlord put in? And you were like, yeah, I saw it on Reagan's story. And I was like, oh, did I miss that? Did she post that on her story? And I go to your account.
And I literally was like, oh no. Oh no, I wasn't supposed to say that. Oh no, stupid. Oh, you dumb. So next time you need Jared to not see something, take me off your close friends too, because I can't be trusted to not say it.
So the drama is this. We put up string lights at our apartment that looked really nice. And then I'll send this picture to Robert. The landlord was like, oh man, you guys can't have string lights. Didn't tell us why. We're trying to figure out if that's okay. But we'll figure out a different solution. I said, no. I don't need you to figure out a solution. Like, we just liked how they looked. We can take them down. And they came and put this industrial like floodlight out there, which is not the same as having ambient string lights in your backyard. Yeah. It's like having a floodlight in your yard, which is not fun to hang out in.
Yeah.
And so we were like, I literally called my landlord. It was 7:30 last night. And I said, hey, sun went down. This light's on. You got to come tomorrow and take this down. This is not staying up. Or I'm going to smash it.
Yeah. Because it is like, yeah, we don't have to spend any time on this.
We don't have to spend time on this because we're going to crash out about how landlords don't give a crap about where you live, and it really does
I was
tick me
gonna
off.
say, I was like, they tried, but they didn't think about it enough.
I literally said to him on the phone, I said, you wouldn't do this in your backyard.
Yeah.
I said the same way you wouldn't have put that microwave you put. Like, we had a microwave that broke. They came in, like, it was a $400 microwave. They came and gave us a $50 microwave that was a third of the size and put it in the same little square. So now there's all this dead space around this tiny little microwave. And I sent a picture and I said, if this was your kitchen, you would not do that to your own kitchen.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do that to where you live.
I mean, but I think realistically, what probably happened is he told the maintenance guy, he said, hey, get a light that's bright enough to light that whole space. Don't spend more than $100 on it. And I'm sure that's what happened.
And I'm calling and going, I didn't ask you to do that. I asked, hey, how do we make the string lights possible?
Yeah.
I'm trying to work. I would rather have no lights than whatever this is.
Yeah. Which to be fair, he's trying to think, okay, they want to hang out there. They need some light. I'm going to try to solve that problem for them. But like,
No, he's not.
I think
he's
it's
not trying to think that.
I think it's a disconnect of like, it's like they need a light out there.
Don't you dare take. You know what?
I'm not.
Don't you dare take the landlord's side on this.
I'm just putting myself in somebody else's shoes.
That's what. Okay, but that's why Reagan was mad at me because Reagan calls me. She wants to be mad, and I go, okay, listen. I understand that we're mad about this, but I'm gonna call the landlord. I'm gonna get him to take this light down, but I need you to go take those string lights down.
Yeah.
Because I can't send him a picture of this light with the string lights still up.
Still up. Yeah.
You know. And she was like, I'm not gonna take them down. I need you to take the lights down so that I can send the picture of this light so I can let him know that this is bad and this needs to come down tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like this is not, I'm not going to live with this light for a month and be like, oh, whenever you get around to it, I'm going to tell you, if this isn't down by tomorrow, I am smashing this light.
I would have taped over it immediately. I would have gone out there with duct tape and just taped over it. So
that's what I'm going to do. I'm like, no, we're not having this. This light's not going to be on.
Yeah, that's absurd.
This is dumb.
It is absurdly bright.
Anyway.
So anyways,
if you support us on Patreon, maybe I can own a home. You ever think about that? Did you ever think about that, you selfish jerks? Did you ever think that if you just shared this episode, if everyone who listens to this shared this episode with one person, we could actually have good ads again? How about that? How about that?
Did you ever think about while you're sitting in
your
your
rental? Did you ever think about while you're there, you're just like sitting there watching us on YouTube or listening, that you're just like, man, if I just listened on 2 devices, man, they could really...
Have you ever thought about when you're sitting there eating food in your rental home where you're like, man, if I gave $20 a month, Jaron could own his home.
And then I could put a floodlight in my backyard. I could do it to myself.
Because I want to be able to see.
I can do it to
I want to be able to see back there.
I could ruin my own life instead of someone else doing it.
Someone else ruined my life. I want to be able to
that's
ruin
what I'm
my
saying.
life.
That's what I'm mad about.
Let me ruin my life.
So anyway, Reagan, just know that if you post on your close friends and you don't include me, I'll find out.
Shouldn't have put me on there.
Going.
Here's the thing. I genuinely watched it.
You can't hide nothing from me.
I watched it, and I almost screenshotted it and sent it to Jaron. I was like, no, that's not cool. I was like, I'm not going to tell Jaron. I'm going to protect this. And then Jaron brought it up, and I was like, oh yeah, I saw that on the story. I was like, oh freak.
Betrayed my wife's trust.
So quickly.
So now we've learned 2 things. 1, my wife's trying to hide things from me. And 2, my best friend is not trustworthy. So imagine how I feel.
But honestly,
shut up.
Honestly,
stop talking.
If anything,
be quiet.
If anything, you should trust me more.
My life is being ruined. My life is being ruined by my wife who hides things from me, my best friend who can't keep secrets, and my landlord who wants to brighten up my driveway. Support us on Patreon so that I can reclaim my life and my dignity. We gotta get out of here for real, though.
Okay, so let me wrap this up. So these 20 communists.
Fiddle off.
These 20 communists get arrested.
Yeah.
And the trial was a mess. Like, pretty much immediately in the trial.
Right. It's pretty obvious that they have no idea.
Yeah, the prosecution is trying to be like, it's these guys. And this lags on for years and years. And
Are
years
you
and
saying
retrial,
that the war criminals that are now in charge did this as a red flag? They did the derailment.
So what's tough to know, what we do know, here's what we do know, is the prosecution was
messed with that rail.
Yeah, yes, for sure. It was definitely tampered with.
Yes.
That could not happen naturally. But the prosecution was trying to say it was these 20 people that acted together. It was this big conspiracy. But the evidence that they brought forward was not good. The tools that they were showing were not the tools you needed for the job.
Stapler.
The storyline didn't add up. And what's even more interesting is as the story progressed and more evidence arose, they went back to the people that they convicted, and they had them revise their confessions.
Oh.
They said, "Hey, here's what we know now. Like, what do you want to say about that?" And so they had them like change their stories halfway through. And so even within what is now a corrupt legal system, the system was like, still doesn't add up. Like this still, and so they held them, they put them on trial, they convicted them, but it just kept getting brought back up in court for 14 years. Almost every single year, this was retrial after retrial, and eventually they got acquitted. The people who actually did this were never caught. What's interesting is
that is the difference between corruption that we have now and just like, totalitarian regimes.
Yeah.
Is that the corruption we have now is still kind of gummed down by, we've got to make this palatable.
Yes.
Through the current judicial system.
Yes.
So it has to somewhat make sense.
Yes.
It can't just be, we want to kill this guy.
Yeah. What's really interesting is they painted this whole storyline that the communists did this and then that other murder and then all the other train derailments. And it was these terror plots that the communists were doing.
Right.
And the growing communist movement died down because everyone was like, oh, they're terrorists. They're killing people. I can't be involved with them. And the liberal Democratic Party rose to power. And technically speaking, like the system you see in Japan today is a democratic system, and it's a thriving economy. It's a place where it's safe to live. But for the 70 years that the Japan has been this sort of democracy since this happened, 66 of them, the LDP was in power. And so it's pretty clear that this set in motion a system that solidified this party as being the people who got to be in power.
Right.
And what we do know is that after this, there is record through nation after nation after nation where communism began to rise. The CIA meddled and removed people from power and killed people and did similar sorts of terror plots.
Do you think the CIA derailed the train?
It seems likely. It seems likely that this was the first thing. We don't have the evidence. We don't know for sure. But it seems likely they had this G2 system. We do know that they were letting all the war criminals out. And so whether they were the ones who actually went and did the work or they planned it and had somebody else go do the work, it seems likely that they did this because after this happened and after communism died down in Japan, they said, oh, this is a good way to stop communism. And it happened over and over and over again where the CIA would back things like this and actively take part in things like this. And we also know that they, for decades, were giving millions of dollars a year towards the LDP to make sure that the LDP was successful, straight from the CIA's bank account. So
not even laundering it.
No, they were just like, yeah, we like you. Here's millions of dollars. Be successful.
Well, and the other side of that too is that there's this, a lot of America's power in the world is through our soft power.
Yes.
Where we are, because, I mean, and maybe the logic from government leadership is the devil you know is better than the one you don't, right?
Yeah.
And so, a lot of the people that we support or money that we give, people are like, well, why are we giving money? We need to be taking care of the homeless vets here before we give money anywhere else. And it's like, yeah, but the investments that we make in this country, like specifically like India, for example, the investments that we've made over these past 30, 40 years in India has returned dividends on, they send their best and brightest to our universities. And then those people end up building and leading and running companies here that prop up our economy. So that's money that we got back.
Yeah.
And so it's the same kind of stuff where it's like, yeah, of course that looks sketchy on paper for them to be like, we give money to this government, but it's also like, that's an investment that we're making in an
100%,
ally.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so those are things that you could draw that and be like, well, they're giving money to that party, which means that they want that party to succeed. Well, they're giving money to the people who are in charge because they want a good working relationship with those people in charge.
True.
And they don't have a relationship with the opposition party.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
I do think that's a good.
That's for them to kind of figure out and sort out of their own. But for now, we can we're not giving you this money to solely beat that opposition.
Yeah.
But they don't want to work with us and you do.
Yeah.
That's better for us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff where it's not a black and white of if the U.S. gives money, that means they fully support this thing.
100%. 100%.
And
they might not be aware of everything.
Of course.
Yeah.
And like 20 years later, then it blows up in their face. And it obviously, we all go like, oh, well, wow. Like, that's what I keep saying about like, presidents in the past who've made decisions that 50 years later made these situations that were like, oh my gosh, wait, we're screwed.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like, I don't think there was like this shadow puppet master who was like, yeah, I'm going to destroy the economy 50 years from now. I think they were doing what was
everybody's doing the best they can with what they have.
That's what I'm saying. It also could be that the CIA is like, yeah, we kind of want to have control over this.
I do think, especially you're coming out of World War II, where we know what World War II was.
Yeah.
Japan by itself killed 30 million people.
Right.
And so they're viewing this as a dangerous place.
Yes.
We need to have control over it.
I mean, we
can't control communism.
This is kind of like if North Korea fell. Like if North Korea's regime falls and we were able to then take control of North Korea.
Yeah.
I think 30 years from now, we would do whatever it took to make sure
it didn't go back to what it was.
That it didn't go back to that.
Yeah.
And that's what I've said before too, is that I think, let's play through when you hear people talk about like socialism and communism, which first of all, a lot of people in the States are like, those are the same. They're not. And if you say that, you come on, just think it through. But I'm saying that like, we do have a large group of people who came from countries where it was a socialist economy. The thing fell apart. They moved here or they fled to a different country. And then when that country starts to say, hey, we want to do these are socialist ideas, then they go, oh, you don't want to be part of that. You don't want that at all. No, we would never. It'd be the same thing as like the stage of capitalism that we're at, continuing unregulated with these AI companies and stuff, could completely cripple and destroy our economy a couple decades from now, right?
It's destroying my stock market portfolio right now.
But I'm saying that 20 years from now, let's say, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I'm saying like, let's say the capitalism game goes defunct.
Collapses, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's say it did.
Yeah.
And 20 years from now, we flee somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then when we're 80 years old, the country that we end up in, the young kids start to be like, man, we should really adopt some more capitalistic ideas.
Capitalism.
Of course, we would go.
I've been reading Zuckerberg's manifesto.
What I'm saying, like, we would then, in a black and white thinking, say, no, zero part of that. Yeah. We saw how that ends. Mm-hmm. That's, but
I mean, that's the problem. If you think black and white about anything,
that's what I'm trying to say.
You have to be able to think with a little bit of nuance.
Right. There's complexity to how the world works together and how these countries work together and how economies work. And so, I think that I'm not trying to simp for the CIA.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to say a lot of the things, there are sketchy stuff the CIA has done. Verifiably, we know all the weird stuff, of course, right? But there's also other things that they do that may appear sketchy, but maybe
it might not actually be sketchy, yeah. But what I can say for sure is, here's the guy who wrote the letter. This is a writer, and he is sketchy. So
he does look like a villain. He's got like a scar on his cheek. He's scowling.
I think that's a shut and close case. This guy did it.
I mean, just look at him. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I would like to present evidence number one. Look at him.
Look at him.
Just take a gander. Open your eyes and look at this man who is clearly a villain.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, fiddle off.
Hi.
Hey, thanks
for watching this episode of Things I Learned Last Night. Please make sure to share it with somebody so that we may grow our
listenership.
I love that this is how our friendship is. I'm leading and he's desperately trying to hang on.
I'm just trying to waltz along. But hey, if you like
Tell him the thing I told you to say.
If you like this episode, check out this episode of MK Ultra. It's another CIA thing that they did that was sketchy. It was weird.
That was verifiably sketch. That was not even like, there was no soft power involved. Yeah. There was no, that was wild.
Firmly sketchy. But hey, if you like this episode
sketchy
and you want to see more of it, you can watch next week's episode right now over on Patreon. Shout out to our Patreon supporters. We love you.
Wow, really dropped that in there, didn't you? We love
I dropped
you.
The L-bomb.
He hasn't even said it to his son yet.
I haven't.
He can't understand.
He doesn't know.
See you next week. I love you.